All I remember is dead bodies. Naked, dead bodies. I look like an eyeball. Hello everyone, welcome back to the IndieGeekGuy channel and welcome back to Hannibal Season 2. Last time on, we ended on a big old body pile that looked like naked people designed to look like an eyeball. Whatever context, whatever meaning that's going to have, I have no idea, but there's a new player in town and they're making House of Wax like dolls, basically. That's what I'm getting at the moment from that. And then on top of that, Will is imprisoned. He's trying to remember the events that we also missed as the audience. He's trying to piece that together. He thinks he knows for sure that Hannibal shoved an ear inside his body just for him to throw it up later. Hannibal is now stepping into Will's shoes, literally, after the season of him trying to understand Will and how his mind works. He now has to be him. So we'll see how that plays out. Jack is feeling guilty / fairly confident he made the right choice, but he doesn't know what to do with himself, and he's all over the place. And this is basically our setup. At the moment, this season has a lot of upset, angry people, apart from Hannibal, who is kind of living his best life at the moment, just loving it, just enjoying the opportunity. So I'm kind of expecting this episode could go one or two ways. It's either going to delve more into Hannibal trying to step into Will's shoes, or it's going to go into Will going into his memory palace and trying to piece things together, or we could get a little bit more information about our current serial killer who's on the loose. Like, there's a few different directions they could take this next episode. But before we continue that journey, please remember to hit the thumbs up button if you do enjoy this reaction and review that happens afterwards. Also consider subscribing and supporting the channel that way, and then you won't miss any future videos. There are links in the description to the Discord server and my Twitch channel, so make sure you're going following over there and you can be with me live in the chat and we can talk about all sorts of nonsense as I play video games to a super high standard. It's great, I'm telling you. But yeah, that's everything. That's all the things. Let's jump into episode 2, see what weirdness, creepiness, murderousness happens next on Hannibal. Ooh, that seems appropriate. I'll do that every week now. Oh, back of the eyeball. Lovely. No. No, oh, it's stitched as well and everything. Oh, God. You know what? Respect to this dude for just fucking, like, I'm out. I'm getting out of here no matter what. I would tear my body apart. Nope, 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 nope to all this. Nope to all of this. Oh, he fucking bamboozled him. Oh no, he's run into the cornfield. This is not a good sign. This is not good. Either he's going to get killed by the guy, or one of the aliens from Signs is going to show up. My man is covered in resin. He's been stitched and pulled apart, and he's still outrunning this guy. Oh my God. I was so sure he was going to make that. I was... Oh, that sucks. That fucking sucks.
Hannibal isn't responsible, Will. And neither are you. We have to get to the truth of what happened. It's the only way you can move forward.
Oh my God, this is... People in the comments were, like, saying... if they didn't open with that opening segment in the first episode, it would be frustrating, and I can see what they mean. Hannibal's not the cause for all this.
Let us help you. Let me help you.
I need your help.
And he's just... I wasn't expecting this kind of a breakdown in episode 2. Unless he's playing them, maybe. I don't know. That's a playing them face. That's a playing them face. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
I don't believe I can help you.
Just being honest.
Are you giving me a referral?
No.
No one can help you. No one can help you, bud.
What exactly am I guilty of?
Exactly? I cannot say.
This is all very intense, this episode. Every single scene.
And the conclusion that I've drawn is You are dangerous.
She sees it. She sees the truth. Wow, I did not see this turn happening, at least not this soon.
He asked for my help.
And maybe you deserve each other.
Well, this is all very interesting. Does Hannibal not realize that he's probably being played by Will? He's been blinded by his desired friendship.
What if it's what makes them different? Each of these people has a slightly different flesh tone. Could be like a...
Hannibal's gonna clock that she didn't come up with this.
Fascinating insight, Miss Katz. As if Will Graham himself were here in the room.
Yes, it is. If he's delusional, it's because I made him that way. If he's a psychopath, it's because everything in my gut is wrong.
You think he's innocent?
I don't know what I think.
Ooh. Definitely planting the seeds to where we get to at the end of these 12 weeks. But I do wonder if it's... he wants to think Will's innocent so he can think he's himself is innocent in his part of it. Alright. Bit weird, dude. Bit weird. I know you've got super smelling abilities, but don't let people see you doing that. I'm genuinely interested to see if Hannibal is going to help try and catch serial killers, or if he's going to manipulate the situation. I expect he'll probably try and manipulate the situation for his own ends, but I'm just interested how much of a commitment he's going to make to the Will Graham life.
It's the only thing that feels normal.
The violence.
The structure of understanding the violence.
You're missing pieces of yourself. Careful what you replace them with.
That seems foreboding.
What did you see in the picture?
What's Hannibal going to try and replace them with, huh?
This killer.
Huh?
He's not stringing his victims up, he's stitching them together. Each body is a brushstroke. He's making a human mural.
See? Will out here being better than everyone.
I want you to ignore all the evidence against me. Start over. If I'm guilty, you'll find more evidence. If I'm not guilty, you'll maybe find that too.
All right.
Hey, he's just asking you to reevaluate the situation. That's all he's asking. Seems like a fair trade if, you know, he's not going to get paid for doing your jobs for you. Like, at least reevaluate his situation.
How did he end up in the water?
Killer didn't put him there. He'd have put him back in the mural if he caught him. Roland Umber got away.
Got away from where?
A warehouse, farm.
Fucking Will is stuck in a jail cell and he's doing more work than everybody else. He already found the place in his charming little plastic suit. Wearing that fucking plastic suit in this heat. That cannot have been comfortable.
Hello. I loved your work.
Wow. The balls on this guy, huh? Hello.
We just went upstream from where the body was found until we hit corn.
Oh, well done, everyone. You got to the same point he did, just like a few days after the fact.
You might want to prepare yourself. You've never seen anything like this.
I'm sure I haven't.
Oh, God. The show glees in that. The show absolutely just glees in those little digs.
I'm not sure if it's an offering, but it's certainly a job.
Oh my God, he put him in the middle. He made him part of his work. I guess it's kind of what he deserves.
I used him to do what I was driven to do, to save lives at the expense of his. I thought whatever I could put him through, he would be strong enough to fight his way back to himself, and I was wrong.
Holy shit, he is just admitting to this.
Maybe he's not.
I'm proud of you, Jack. I'm proud of you.
When I was warned to back off, I kept pushing him.
You miscalculated.
I failed.
Hey, respect to Jack. I feel like this guy who's investigating him is like, I really just want to push this under the rug. We don't want to make a thing out of this.
What happened to his leg?
Maybe the killer had to cut off his leg just so he'd fit.
Or he's going to eat it. Oh God, that's just, oh. The cleanness of that was just more disturbing than anything for some reason. He's just treating himself. He's just giving himself some nice bit of leg.
I feel it would be irresponsible if I continue to see Dr. Lecter.
Irresponsible.
Here's another seed. Here's another clue for Jack, I guess.
Obviously, I cannot control whether or not the FBI contacts me. I prefer that you don't.
Said someone who has absolutely nothing to hide.
In the 19th century, it was wrongly believed that the last image seen by the eyes of a dying person would be fixed on the retina.
He's just gonna do this to fuck with Will. Because he knows Will will pick up on what's happened here.
One of these things is not like the others. You are not my design.
Yep. There it is. There it is.
I mean, the man you're looking for is sewn into his own mural. This man.
What happened to his leg?
See, this is... Fuck's sake. Hannibal. He was just trying to see if Will could do it from his jail cell.
Our point of view is that you were already a murderer. The prosecution will paint a picture of you as an intelligent psychopath.
What's to be done about that?
Let's discuss it.
She's looking for an easy out. She's looking for an easy out.
If you plead guilty,
Yep.
you'll spare us all a trial.
Huh.
I am convinced Hannibal has done what he honestly believes is best for you.
Oh, God. I mean, to be fair, she's not wrong. It genuinely is what Hannibal thinks was best for him.
I believe you.
Come on, man. Let's go. Step away.
She knows shit. I didn't expect these two to meet this early on. I knew they would eventually, but... Interesting. Looks like Hannibal might have to do something about this, I guess. Oh, he's already here. Look at that. Why is there a sheet over that? She moved out? Maybe she just moved out.
Is that you are dangerous.
Yeah, she got out. She got out. Don't blame her. I mean, if you knew what she knew, or what she insinuates to know, that's the smartest thing she could have done. Although, okay, let's talk about it. We'll talk about it in a minute. We'll get there. Jesus. Okay, episode 2 of season 2. That was interesting. We really got the ball rolling quick here. Like, I didn't, because of the nature of how the serial killer was introduced in the first episode, I didn't expect it to get, well, wrapped up here. I guess it's kind of a two-part structure, I guess, but I don't know. I just thought maybe they would long this one out for a little bit longer, but no, wrapped up, and it was all just to see if Will could figure it out from his jail cell. So what I got from this episode, I mean, at the start we had Will sort of just pleading with Hannibal and Dr. Bloom, sort of saying, yeah, I need help, whatever, but it definitely came across as too thick for me. And it was like, okay, nope, he's definitely playing an angle here. He's trying, I don't know, maybe he's trying to lull Hannibal into a sense of security. Like, he thinks that he is one step ahead of Will, but it's really the other way around. Like, that's the game that Will is trying to play to try and make him trip up. And it definitely feels like that's what's being seeded in this season. The idea of Hannibal's ego and his self-assuredness catching up to him in some way, and that's how Jack's going to find out the truth. That's how Will's going to expose him. Those kind of things. I'm sure there's going to be surprises down the line that I'm not seeing. One of which will probably be linked to Hannibal's therapist, Gillian Anderson's character, just going, "Hey, I believe you. I'm the weak link in Hannibal's chain." I don't know how Will's going to use that to his advantage, like, because she's just got the fuck out of Dodge, it seems like, at this point. But I don't know, maybe she'll have a moment of, like, I don't know, like a collapsing moment where she feels like she has to intervene in some way. I don't know, that could go anywhere. But it is the continuation of that role reversal theme. Like, now, obviously, Hannibal stepping into Will's shoes, doing his job, but obviously manipulating things for his own purposes, largely to test Will continuously, it seems like, to, as I say, to see if he could figure out what was going on without even being on the crime scenes, without being there with the bodies to look at them himself. Can he just do it all via pictures and information, and yep, he can, which I think continues to impress Hannibal. Like, he's just like astounded by how Will's mind works, and that's definitely going to be continuing. But the sheer audacity of Hannibal just being like, I'm going to kill the killer, manipulate him into thinking I'm helping him out, but really what I'm doing is I just want to put the killer in the mural and show Will the picture and see if he knows what I did or not. Like, come on now. But this episode was tense, man, from the very beginning. Like, it was just tense building, and this is episode 2 of the second season. Like, we're already just in this place of no one feels safe, no one feels safe, no one feels safe. One thing I'm actually genuinely, I mean, I'm proud of the character, and I'm proud of, like, the show going this direction, is Jack's, like, trying to say to the person who I assume is, like, investigating him, like, looking at him under the microscope, as he said, just saying, hey, I messed up. Whatever happened here, I messed up. And it seems like the people investigating him are, like, eager for him to, like, no, don't say that, Jack. Please don't say that. You know, because they're clearly trying to move the pieces so the FBI don't look bad, basically. They want Will to plead guilty because it makes it much easier for them. They don't have to prove themselves effectively. They want Jack to just sort of roll over and say, look, you didn't make the mistake. It was Will, okay? You can't be held accountable for this guy killing people. But it doesn't seem to be going that way, because obviously Will's going to be pleading innocent because he believes he is. He knows the truth. At least he thinks he knows a version of the truth. He's just finding ways to try and prove that. And we had him going to one of the forensic team here saying, hey, forget Katz, I think her name is, but going, hey, just remove all the evidence that you think you have on me and just start again. If you're going to ask me to work for free, you can at least reevaluate my case for me, you know, at least do that. And, you know, fair trade, I would say. So we are slowly sort of getting people to maybe re-look at the evidence, reevaluate Will, and that's where we'll probably end in the 12 weeks time thing where Jack's going to put it all together kind of deal. Now, people rightly, I think, especially after watching this episode, in the comments in the previous episode, I did ask, like, how people felt about that opening, sort of just showing you how this season's going to end effectively, or at least portion of it. A few people got back saying that they think it works because the season would be incredibly frustrating if it just came across as Jack being either ignorant or stupid, that he's not picking up on the signs or whatever. So having the foreknowledge there, knowing that Jack is going to put this together, will help ease that. I can absolutely see that making sense, even just on episode 2 now, because there were moments here where I was like, if I didn't know that Jack at least was going to figure this out, well, that would be frustrating. That would be frustrating. So now I can already see why they chose to do that. But yeah, we're definitely moving with this sort of game of cat and mouse, who can trip who up kind of thing. And this whole thing where Hannibal believes he is helping Will, like sincerely thinks he is helping Will. And like they had this whole conversation about Will having missing pieces and he has to be careful with what he replaces those with. Clearly to me comes across as Hannibal wants to fill those gaps in his own way. He wants to manipulate Will's mind into reorganizing itself in some way to some kind of end. I don't know what his end would be because, you know, either Will gets stuck in this prison for the rest of his life or he gets executed. I'm not sure what Hannibal's end game would be at this point with Will, if he'd break him out, convince people that he is innocent somehow. Like, you know, I mean, it was obviously Hannibal has this desire to be a friend to Will, and Will looks like he's going to try and manipulate that for his own ends. But yeah, I'm just kind of curious as to, I understand why Hannibal thinks at this, like, that doing this to Will is in his best interest from his point of view, but I'm just not sure on what Hannibal's end game is for it, other than, well, maybe I can be friends with him if he's stuck in prison. I guess that might just be it. I suppose in that way that if, you know, because obviously Hannibal wanted Will to know him and see him for what he was, and that's how friendships are built. But he had to do it in such a way that no one would ever believe Will if if he said it out loud effectively, and now he's got him into a position of, well, everyone thinks you're not all there, buddy, and they don't believe you when you say Hannibal is the real person you should be looking at. So I guess that is kind of Hannibal's grand plan. His grand plan has already been achieved, more or less. It's just what he goes to next. Like, what's he going to do to sort of poke around in Will's head and experiment some more and all that kind of thing. That poor guy at the start of this episode, I was pulling for him to get away, like, so bad. And I was so sure when he got to that river and he jumped, he was just going to be able to get in. And, you know, that would be the piece they'd need to start tracking the killer down. But no, slammed on that rock hard. Just absolutely demolished himself. And, oh, that was rough. That was rough. I am kind of wondering how the show is going to keep, like, Will being in prison, Hannibal sort of doing his thing from the outside, like how long the show's going to keep that going, what they're going to do to keep it feeling fresh. Like I say, I mean, it might not even run till the end of the season. There may be some sort of paradigm shift halfway through that will mix things up a little bit. But I don't know. I just feel like if you keep Will stuck in the jail cell for too long, there's only so many avenues you can go down. So I'm just wondering what the show's going to do to keep that fresh. And I know a lot of you have said the season 2 is like your favorite of the seasons. So, you know, that also intrigues me to see where they're going to be going with it. But overall, this episode felt a lot more to the point, I guess, is the best way to put it. Like, it wasn't as existential. It wasn't like the mind games quite so much as it was, this is what Will's doing, this is what Hannibal's doing, this is what Jack's doing, this is what Hannibal's therapist is doing. Thus, facts. Solid facts. Like, this is what they're all doing. Obviously, they're layered and it's complex in its own way. It's not like it's being written in just a very plain and simple way. It's still got those nuances and stuff going on. But this episode in particular just felt very matter of fact. This is what everyone's doing, and this is where we're at, kind of thing. We had a few little, you know, visual weirdnesses going on, as you'd expect from the show at the point. But, you know, I sometimes I think like those kind of episodes are good foils to the episodes that are more like up in your head, a bit ethereal, you know, like it's bits and pieces that you're not sure what's true, what is true. Like, I think sometimes you do need an episode that is a more grounded, these things are happening, these are what things people are doing, and you can then draw the lines from those episodes to the ones that are a little bit more like, what's real? Like, I feel like it's solid, just good writing and good planning to have those episodes that are very much more centered in the world as it's transpiring, sort of thing. So I do like that they find a good balance between the two things. Lots of questions. It's another episode that just adds more questions to the pile, like how is Gillian Anderson going to factor in down the line? What is Hannibal going to do? Is he going to try and track her down? Is he just going to let her go? Because he clearly has a respect for her as well, even though he's like, I've got to do something about this because she is the weak link in my chain right now. So that's a whole thing. The conversation with Jack in terms of he feels guilty in multiple different ways. Like, he can't stomach the idea that Will, the guy who he knows, the guy who he thinks he knows would be just an intelligent psychopath who is just a killer. Like, that doesn't sit right with him. Nor does the idea of him, like, pushing Will into being a psychopath or a killer, that doesn't sit right with him either. It's definitely that building of, well, he's going to have to look for a new angle. That's where we're going with this, and that's hopefully how we'll start putting the truth together. Because even though we know he's going to get into a fight with Hannibal by the end of this, we don't know what the context is to that fight happening. We don't know if it's because, hey, he's discovered Will was right the whole time and Will's innocent in his eyes now, or if it's just a case of, oh, well, I know Hannibal's been up to some shit, I need to stop that. I don't know how that links back to Will. Like, there's questions there in terms of what is actually driving that conflict from episode 1. Like, we don't have all the pieces, and it's going to be a journey to discover how Jack gets to that point. I do often wonder when I make these analyses, like, obviously all of you who watch these videos have seen this show. You know what's coming. You're just here to sort of see how right or wrong I am, I guess. And I do find it fascinating, like, when we come to the end of these seasons, that, like, to see what I got right, what I got wrong, how far off base I was in certain instances. But I do wonder what that's like for people watching these. Like, is that good? Is that good entertainment? Just let's sit and watch someone be wrong about stuff. I don't know. I guess that's the game I'm playing, I guess. But no, super still into this. I think there's lots of interesting paths that we could be going down. Performances continue to be great in the show. Like, it's that's the thing about this show is, and any good show ultimately, is when writing and performance just kind of gels. Like, obviously all the other stuff is great as well, like the production values, the direction. They do lots of cool and interesting things in this show with that, but it's a personal preference thing. But for me, is that when you have good writing, good performances and gel, everything else is just icing on that particular cake. Like, if those things are gelling and they make a solid bedrock for the show to go from, everything else is just spicy sauce, you know. That's just all the sugar for everything else. And this show has the performances, and as of this point, really good, interesting writing, especially for like the characters and where their minds are at and all that kind of thing. So continues to deliver the good stuff, does Hannibal, and I look forward to more. Thank you for watching this episode, guys. If you enjoyed it, please press the thumbs up button. It helps me know you liked it. It helps it get seen by more people. Also, consider supporting the channel and subscribing and not missing any future videos. Social links in the description, including Twitch and Discord. Come over to Twitch, play video games live. We chat, we talk, all that fun stuff. You guys take the mick out of me for being bad at the games. That's always fun. So come on over and do that as well. But other than that, like I say, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.